Hi everyone. Well, we are at Brisa, as I'm sure you can tell by the background. It has been an eventful and not a very memorable trip for us.
Or maybe I should correct myself and say this trip has been awfully memorable. But before I get into the awfully memorable details, let me share a visit with Jana and Dwight of True North, recent fellow Sea of Cortez cruisers. Because of health issues, they have relocated True North to Alamitos Bay in Southern California. Last spring, rather than bash north along the Pacific coast, they chose to sail north in the sea to Puerto Peñasco. From there, they had True North shipped to Ensenada via the Dry Canal, an option that has interesting possibilities. Preparing the boat was a lot more work than they initially thought. Of course, they knew the mast had to be pulled, the solar awning and dodger removed. Additionally, though, the bell pulpit and granny bars at the mast had to be cut off so the boat would fit under bridges. It was an adventure traveling along in the truck hauling True North, and then having to reassemble everything in Ensenada. The bell pulpit and mast posts were welded in Ensenada, and the cuts are almost undetectable. The welder did an excellent job. However, Jana and Dwight seemed a little ambivalent when I asked if they would do it again. Bottom line, they are grateful to be close to family and medical care and grateful for the amazing experiences they have had here in the sea. As for our woes, they began on Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. It was a much anticipated weekend with our daughter and son-in-law at a rural Airbnb on California's central coast. While carrying in a bag of groceries, I fell off the steps and was in pain the entire weekend. Then on Sunday, Lee began coming down with a cold. However, we had already committed to picking up specially ordered solar panels on Monday in Oceanside on our way to Mexico. La Brisa's solar panels are three different sizes made by two different manufacturers, and with today's technology are inefficient. In the last few years, Lee had been following the advances in solar, but he could not find panels with the dimensions that would fit our current solar panel footprint, which is constrained on the forward side by the boom and split in the middle by the backstay. This year at A1 Solar Supply, Lee found two panels, not quite as wide and slightly longer, that will fit the available area. The bifacial panels will almost triple our current 6 panels wattage output and probably cost a fraction of what the previous owners had paid for the originals. A1 is a large supplier with warehouses throughout California. The panel size we wanted was located at the Oceanside Distribution Center. Only by Monday, I too was sick, and with the panels now taking up the bed, we no longer had the option of stopping and camping in the desert while we recovered from our colds. Lee tested negative for COVID, and after a 2-night hotel stay in Arizona, still not feeling any better, we reluctantly headed for the border, thinking we would feel better once we were at home on La Brisa. It was hard to work up a lot of enthusiasm for the trip south. we uneventfully passed through the Mariposa Gate in Nogales and picked up our tourist visas at kilometer 21. It was when we were passing through Santa Ana and I saw the good trip sign that I perked up a little. There were landmarks to start looking forward to. The disproportionately large cemetery at Benjamin Hill, a mining town. The military checkpoint for northbound travelers. The last toll booth before taking the left-hand exit for the Hermosillo bypass toll road. Then the very last toll booth. And then, in the far distance, Cerro Micronda and Cerro El Vigía, Microwave Mountain and Lookout Mountain, the mountains that overlook Guaymas, and to me, lend a benevolent and proprietorial presence. There was the free-for-all traffic going into town, and soon we were zipping down the road towards the yard. All I could think of was getting straight to sleep on our very own bed in our very own home. A quick stop at the OXXO across the street from the yard to buy drinking water, and then into the yard. But wait, where was La Brisa? There had been some confusion about our arrival, and La Brisa was quickly fetched from the storage yard. We were home, home, sweet, dusty home. It has been 2 weeks since the onset of our colds. Lee has regained a little energy. However, I am still struggling. It has been the worst cold I can remember. For now, we take things slowly, enjoying the sunshine and just being home. In the next video, there will be more from the yard. So, until then,